Hey, all you role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. It's Deacon Blues, and we're back again with another episode from Deacon's Table, and this is Bitter Cold, Episode 2, beginning of Act 2. And Bitter Cold is a homebrew fantasy TTRPG setting for use with 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, as well as we are working on making it available for more and more systems moving forward. And that includes Pathfinder 2nd Edition and other fantasy-based role-playing systems. So it should be interesting. So we are trying out something brand new for the stream, which hopefully will prevent our screens from getting shuffled around when we have some disconnection issues, because there are some disconnection issues that happen a lot for us. So hopefully that is, we just as we're speaking right now, waiting in the waiting room, there is a disconnection issue. So we're just waiting to see what happens with that. And yeah, we'll be back at that as soon as we can. And you stop. We got a slow clap going on in the background, but even though you can't hear it, but I can hear it in my headphone, and it's annoying. And I'll make him pay later on during the game. But besides the point, I just want to kind of again make sure I pass along a great big warm welcome for everybody. To Deacon's Table. I'm going to send you the link through right now to our Discord. Become part of our Discord community. The Discord community does not cost anything to be involved. There are paid levels, but all they do is give you a few added perks, such as early access to things as we relieve it, or the chance to come on to our live stream with us and be part of the equation. Because again, it's a job in and of itself. That's pretty much what I do now for a living. Is I am a content creator and live streamer. So, and the rest of my colleagues, eventually, hopefully, we can get up to the level where all the rest of the role players are at and do this full time. So. Yeah, should be fun. So, again, welcome. So what I am going to do at this point is I am going to take us to, I'm going to take us to the actual main scene where you can meet the characters, one by one, and then we will kind of go from there. We've got a few other interesting little things and tidbits that you will notice throughout this session, but we'll kind of play it by ear. So with that being said, even though we are down one particular member at the moment, won't be for very long, hopefully, as long as internet issues, can work themselves out. But yeah. Oh, there we go. We're going to bring that individual back now before I switch, just to make sure. And as I'm talking to you, we got you here, so I'm just making sure you're going to be on there. Got to get the camera back up and everything, but I'm going to transition anyway, so we're going to start meeting some of the other players. So there we go. Welcome. Welcome. You can see everybody, but for some reason, you're not actually seeing me. And, okay. Actually, yes, you are. My bad. Never mind. So I got discombobulated because again we're using some software that I'm not quite used to.
You okay, DM?
I'm okay. And I think your guys' are volume on. I don't think anybody's muted at this point. So we're gonna try and bring Gigi back online. There we go. And Gigi is back online. We're muted, but she is back online. I see her on her phone. Obviously, we've got some internet issues going on. So we will keep your mic off for now so you can save on some battery life and everything else until the introduction comes around for your spot. So we're going to go around the table at this point, and we are going to meet the characters that you're going to be witnessing throughout the course of this adventure. First and foremost would be at my immediate right, but the top left of the screen, and that is Mr. Onyx.
Hello. I'm playing Onyx, the Minotaur cleric, though he's not the type of Minotaur you would ever expect to see. He's rather feeble and missing a bit of skin in places. It's rather off-putting.
Yeah, that gives me the chills, and yeah, and we're in the far north. Go figure. So, going to why I'm just double checking why it is I'm not seeing Mercy on my screen, secure on my screen. Yeah, my bad. But yeah, it looks like we do have one particular issue, and I think I know what it is.
It says she's still backstage on mine.
There we go. How about now? Ha! I see a face. That was my bad. Okay. My goodness. So we are going to go down to right below Mr. Onyx, and that would be Callie.
Hey everyone, I am Ines, and tonight I will play the little cute Frisk gnome, Callie, that is having a little bit of a medical problem when she is in rage. Nothing too bad for right now. Yeah, little thing. I guess if you stay with us tonight, you'll discover what happens when she's mad. But yeah, that's me.
That's you. That's you. Then we're going to go around, and now we will jump to the wonderful Gigi. But you are muted, just as a reminder.
I know that. Yeah, I am Mercy. I play Gigi, who is kind of like well, she's a Warforged druid.
Yeah, there's really no getting around that.
She's a complicated character.
Yeah, a little bit of complication. Wonderful. And last but certainly, of course, not least, we have Gran.
Well, I'm playing Gran, a wonderful little wizard, human wizard that is very fascinated with the ice spells.
Okay, interesting. Ice spell wizard from the north. Go figure. With that in mind, guys, again, and even though I should have done this in my intro, which I will remember that for next episode, but I am Deacon Blues, and I am the Dungeon Master for this particular campaign. So enjoy the ride. I am going to give you a little taste of one of the additional little features we've added, and that is a section that is called As the Party Sees It. Now, the party will see this on their backstage screen, although reversed in the on the Twitch. So they will see that on there. So what it actually kind of looks like that we're doing, but you guys will be able to see firsthand. So this is As the Party Sees It. Now, what you're looking at in front of you right now is a map of Pyramirisky Valley. This is where the party currently is and has resided for some time, some all their lives, most actually pretty much all their lives. So you get a feel for the region, where it is, what's around it, some of the other communities that are in the area, a couple of communities that are just outside the area, and so on. But just kind of gives everybody a chance so that they can take that moment. Sorry, I'm just making sure that we've got that popped up as well. And now I'm going to give you a few more insights. That morning, the party, as you guys may have remembered as a slight recap, had been heading northwards through on the northern road on their way to the Cavern of the Hopeless. From there, they were looking to track down Callie's older brother, as well as possibly Gigi's older, I guess, brother, sibling ish. Well, what batch number? I don't know what they call them, but that's something that we'll get behind. But they were headed northwards to the Cavern of the Hopeless, where usually old and infirm people go to die. Now, just the circumstances behind the fact that Callie's older brother, who was not actually that old, was headed there in the first place with some form of a Warforged following behind, was a little disconcerting to some. So we're traveling north along the road to try and discover what happened to them, to see why were they going to the cavern in the first place. En route, they did survive a blizzard, narrowly getting lost a few times, but they did get through the blizzard. They also encountered the blizzard did kind of clear off some of the snow for some ruins that were nearby in one of the forested areas that normally does not expose themselves very much. It was just like an old ruin, possibly an old farmhouse or an old homestead of some kind. But amongst those ruins, they did find the den of a mother wolf and her cubs, some frost wolves, some winter wolves. So they narrowly escaped that in a few instances, but they did get through it. And that night, as they are all beaten and battered and torn, they did get a full night's rest, and a full rest, so they can mark that on their sheets for when I come back, so they know know firsthand. The other thing that they notice is when they do begin to go to the edge of the forest where the ruins were, to head back to the road and begin their trek, heading northward once again. This is what they are faced with. So this is the view that they see. As they're peeking out and they're heading again further towards, they kind of peek out of the woods, and this is what they're looking out. The sun is up. There have been trails of snow here and there throughout the night, but nothing major. You do see some sunshine in the sky, and some clear, but it's still, it's cold, it's crisp. That's what they see as they are moving forward. Now, I know a lot of people as well, before we switch back to them, I want to give you a little bit of a view of what these characters are up close. I know you can see their little icons beside them. So let us... actually, you know what? I am going to take us off of a certain mode, so I can just switch easily between back and forth at this point. This here is Onyx up close. Yeah, you may not want to. It is like that. Whoops, no. And there. Arg! Hitting the wrong buttons. There we go. There's Onyx up close. He's a purdy one. So that is Onyx. So so you get an idea of what he's talking about when he's missing from skin, from bits and pieces, and he's not quite what you would expect from the average Minotaur. Other than Onyx, you have the Human Wizard. Well, this is the Human Wizard. This is Gran. He towers well over 6 feet tall, and kind of an interesting character in and of himself. But he does carry a lumberjack's axe around with him. But he also has a spell book most of the time. So that's something to keep in mind when you're dealing with Gran. Then we have the Warforged, which I know, kind of a brief description of what the Warforged is. Well, there's the Warforged, up close and personal. What look like twigs and branches coming out from the side of her hair and the side of her cloak on the one side are not actually twigs and branches. They are actually bits of metal and wire and so on. And those eyes that you see are iridescent blue, as if lit from within. So that's something to keep in mind when you're thinking about Gigi. Now, the littlest member of the group, who is the muscle, is right here. This is Callie Boldbraid. Callie is a frost gnome, and definitely, well, kind of almost last episode proving her her tank status amongst the group. But you'll have to wait and see what happens with that. As we talk about the rest of the group moving ahead. So I am going to block that out. So that is as the party sees it. So let us go back to our main screen, and here we are with our wonderful cast of characters as we are standing at the edge of a cold, frost-covered glade or overhang or coverage that you have as you're peeking out from this little bit of a forest outcropping that you've been in, where the ruins are, where the wolves' den were, and you are looking out amongst this path and passage northward. The only one of you that really knows for sure where he's going is Onyx. What are you doing?
Okay, Grant just head over to Onyx and he goes, "You know which way to go."
I know several ways to go. Which one would you like to have, my friend?
Whichever one would take us the most expedient way to our destination.
Let's see which way to go. Yes, I'm telling them, just be quiet. Yes, let's see which way to go. He points in a direction and says, "This way."
Okay. At this point, Grant's going to turn. Oh, I'm sorry. You first.
No, go ahead.
Grant just going to turn to the.
You guys want to do rollies or like?
You first.
I go, shut up now.
You first.
I was just going to say, while you guys are talking about which way to go, Gigi is, I don't want to say programmed, but she was made to help, clean and cook and do all that kind of thing. So she's like taking apart what they set up for camp and making sure her little frost gnome friend is okay and like warm, and she's just busy herself taking apart the camp while you guys are talking.
Okay.
That's just how Gigi is. That's why she was made.
So you're pretty much basically packing everything else up from the camp that was left behind.
And taking care of our little frost gnome friend, because in all intents and purposes, she was raised with frost gnome. She thinks she's a frost gnome.
Yep,
so
true enough.
She's taking care of her too.
All right, Grant's just going to turn to Gigi and Callie and go, "He says we should go this way."
So I feel that Callie would be trying to not die in the snow, because I feel much snow as Callie is high, so she would try to find her way in the snow and be like, "Okay, I'll follow."
Would Callie have packed up pretty much everything of her crucial belongings from home before she left?
Yeah, she would take like souvenirs and stuff for her mom, and maybe something that makes her remember her brother.
Well, that I'm sure you'll have, but I'm also pretty sure you would, considering you are a frost gnome, and you are very small in stature, and because of the size of the snowdrifts and that can accumulate out this way, you would most likely have a pair of snowshoes with you, which will definitely help. You trudging forward, heading northward. But yes, after a night's, especially the snow that you guys had the day before with the blizzard just coming to an end, and then the heavy snows, it's definitely going to be some drifts that you're going to kind of dig your way out of, and get to the top of. And so,
you know what? She just remembered that she had those boots in her backpack. Like, whew, she just remembered, so she's putting them on.
How fortunate.
That can happen. That can happen. You're in a rush to head out, and hey, you never know.
So before we head out, Onyx will kind of turn to everybody and say, "Oh, just give us a second to make the magic work." And then he's going to cast aid on the 3 party members.
Okay. You want
So
to
yeah, I got,
explain what
an
that does
extra-
for everybody?
Yes, I will read it. Your spell bolsters your allies with toughness and resolve. Choose up to 3 creatures within range. Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increased by 5 for the duration. So you'll get 5 extra hit points for 8 hours.
Okay, so therefore you guys can make note of that on your sheets that you have a bonus of 5 HP for the next 8 hours.
Okay.
Okay, and who is leading the march? What is our marching order moving? Are we going 2 by 2? Are you going single file? Are you going all four abreast? I mean, it is a trail. It's not a road, but it is again mostly snow covered. Although the middle of it is probably the easiest accessible. 2 by 2 would be pretty easy still to pull off. Anything beyond that would be probably a little bit more.
I feel like 2 by 2 is the best because then nobody can fall behind
Okay.
or get like taken. You know what I mean?
Yep. So who's the first lead 2?
If everybody's
probably
okay.
going to go with alongside Onyx.
Yeah, I was gonna say if everybody's okay,
Yeah.
I'll be.
I was gonna say Gigi would stay by Kylie anyway.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So
It makes sense.
So Onyx is in the front with Gran, and then we have. Sorry, I'm just a little.
No.
The 2 people who look like
For some reason, I don't know why all of a sudden, as I got older, I now have a hard time writing and talking at the same time.
Oh no, dude, it's cool. That 100% comes with it. Once you hit like 31, 32, it just goes down.
Oh, I remember being able to sit in English class and write a whole essay on something while having a conversation about something else. I'm like, what happened?
Motor functions are not as keen.
Oh my, yeah, that's a little bit crazy. All right, sorry. Now that I'm done writing, I can think again. Oh my word. So you, Onyx and Gran, you take the lead as you begin marching forward through the snow and making your way further northward towards the cavern. As you know, you still have probably several days ahead of you on the path, but all things considered, it's not too bad. Now, with that, you guys do the first day out. If there are spells that you are casting on each other, you may want to keep that in mind throughout the day. But I need. Well, we're just going to start off with my top left. We're going to start off with Onyx. Roll me a d20, please.
Oh, cool. Let's see here. Oh no. 4. Maybe
4.
that's good though.
Okay.
Good.
So you're
I
like,
guess
oh,
we'll
that's
know
good. Well, yeah,
maybe
maybe it isn't good. You're just gonna have to see. You rolled the 4, so you can roll me. Yeah, you know what? You can choose high or low.
Oh god. My high was my first instinct, so let's go high.
High? Okay. So roll me a d8, please.
Oh dear. Do I have a d8? I do. Actually. 3.
Okay. Well, with a 3, you are about 2:00 in the afternoon, so you're just past that midday sun. And it starts to kind of cool off a little bit for a moment, with some cold wind kind of blowing in from the north, but it shifts around. The temperature seems to lighten up a little bit, but as it does, the snow begins to fall. So by nightfall, so within the next 2 to 3 hours, well, I shouldn't even say 2 to 3 hours, but about 3 hours, you should be good. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. As you guys are you're reaching the end of the day after about another 3 hours. It has become a heavy snowfall. So it is making your visibility a little bit difficult at first, but as time goes on, it's getting harder and harder to see. But nearing the end of the day, you're ready to set up your camp and so on. So now would be the time, if you have those spell slots to spend, to cast the healing spells you need on one another, that whatever you need to do, because I know some of you were pretty badly injured when we left off last episode.
Yeah, but we got a long rest, didn't we?
Oh, didn't you? Okay, so everybody's back up to full?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, my bad. Again, I'm just discombobulated here today.
I just wanted to make sure. I was just
go figure. Oh, okay, we're good. Yep, so you're fine. So the next morning, you guys do continue your trek, and we're going to go with Callie. Roll me a 20-sided die, please.
Okay. 20. I got a 19.
Okay. So yeah, that is fantastic. So even though the heavy snowfall continues and visibility is proving difficult, you are still managing to find your way through the snow. And the amount that it's coming down, movement is a little bit slowed, but nothing significant. But again, that's you're pretty well used to that, being from where you guys are from anyway. So again, this is a heavy snowfall, but you're only a couple of days in, so you're fine. So let's go for the next day. Let us do GG.
A 4.
Okay, here we go. Another one. High or low?
Leave it to me and you to get the bad rolls.
You went high, so let's go low.
Okay. You can roll me a 12-sided die, please.
Oh, crap.
Oh, this is not good. This is not going to be good.
Shit. A 3.
A 3. Okay.
Reddit, please, guys. I'm going to digital.
Doesn't look good.
I just have to get my dice out of my case. Come on.
Poor Chris is like, okay.
Yeah.
You're going to come at us.
When you see the DM just going, oh dear. That's when you start running away.
I need in the front, I'm going to need Onyx and Gran. You guys can make me a perception check, please. Actually, wait, are we? Yeah, we're during the day. We're good.
And that would be a total of a 5.
Well, I did better with a 20.
22. Okay, so you're completely lost in the snow that's coming down, Gran. It's coming down, like it's starting to come down more and more now. Now that we're only 3 days in, but for you, it's just like, wow, it's just drifting. Maybe it's in your face. It's hard to tell. But Onyx, you're kind of looking forward as you guys are marching, on through the snow. And you do see the outline of the lower parts of the mountains up ahead. So now you haven't gotten lost along the way, which again wouldn't be the first time that's happened on their way up to this route. In the snow, it can prove difficult at times. You have seen these before, but it's a little concerning. You're seeing 3 very large shapes that appear to be coming down off of one of the mountain areas ahead. It's polar bears. 3 of them.
Oh dear. That's bad.
Yeah, now keep in mind they're probably still... You'll probably be within scent range of them by the end of day. Unless they move. if they stay roughly on where they are now or come further down off of the mountain, then it could change things drastically. But that's what you see.
Yeah, sure. Wow, those are tough to take down too. I mean, obviously, I'll tell the rest of the party. I'll point them out, or kind of where I am seeing them. They're far off. How far are they from us?
Well, you won't, as I said, you won't be within scent range for at least like probably 4 hours walk.
Okay.
You've got quite a ways.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'll inform the rest of the party that we may have a problem if we continue in the line that we're continuing on. We may want to kind of divert course, unless you want to try to get past 3 giant polar bears.
Grant,
I mean, whatever.
Graham basically is just like, I do not care one way or another. I'll leave that for you three to determine.
Can I tell if they're adult, like adult polar bears, or
well, you are quite a distance away, and keep in mind you are in a snowstorm and everything else, and the fact that you've seen them, they are full grown adults.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay. At this point I'll be like,
I think it is best that we divert course, because one of them alone would be difficult, but 3 of them. This is not something that I am fond of.
Yeah, you've
But
never
the rest of the party, of course.
you've never had to fight them yourself,
No.
or even with your caregiver when he was alive. You really didn't have that either. But you have heard stories of people that didn't make the cavern because they were eaten by a polar bear.
Polar bears are pretty vicious.
They are very, very vicious. And this is coming from Canadians, and I've seen a polar bear firsthand.
You do not want to mess with a polar bear.
No, they're scary. They're scary.
You will lose, period.
I would rather, kiss a black bear, to be honest with you.
Yup. Yeah, of the 2 options, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So what says the rest of the party?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say I'll leave it up to the rest of you guys. We should probably divert course, but I don't want to make the decision. So
Excuse me. Excuse me. And Gigi would agree and be like, we should give them a wide berth, though they can smell pretty far.
yeah.
She would start looking around, seeing if maybe there's maybe a side trail, or somewhere where we could just give them a wider berth. So
Yeah. Is it possible to kind of go around, like around them, and then if we're going in a straight line and then just kind of curve off?
You're gonna have to where you're at right now. You would probably have to just divert off trail completely.
Yeah.
To go overland and maybe go towards some distant little small tree lines that are there, and kind of go around that way. I mean, mind you, as well, that could also open up different types of encounters. But if you kind of go a little bit closer, maybe within another 3 hours, you do see some areas in the mountain recesses at the bottom where you can kind of go in between some crags, and that you're more familiar with the how to get around there, but you would be coming pretty close to them. I mean, not like, as I said, you've got about 4 hours before you're 100% certain they'd be able to smell you, but 3 hours, give or take,
It's kind of close.
Basically, if they move towards us in that same
or you can just go overland and kind of go off trail and see how far that goes.
Yeah. I'll mention it to this party. I mean, there's 2 options essentially. We can kind of go closer to them without getting into their scent range, and then try to work our way around, or we could go off trail and hope that nothing out there finds us.
Callie doesn't really have an opinion. She's just trying to calculate how small she is compared to theirs. Like, that's all she's doing.
You could probably fit in the palm of one in their hand.
That's what she thinks as well. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
Actually, that would be kind of cute for a second.
So you're going to continue forward just a little bit and just play by ear?
Yeah, why not? Let's
Yeah,
do it.
okay. Yeah,
What's the worst that's gonna happen? We'll feed the little
polar
gnomes to
bears.
them.
You can only get attacked and killed by polar bears. I mean, whatever.
Okay. So you
Well, you
You got
may or may
Grant.
not have a polar bear in your party. Just say it.
So after 2 hours, I need Onyx and Gran to make me another perception check, please.
Who's rolling the perception? Onyx and Grant?
10 for me.
Okay. 30-20 for me.
30-20 for you.
Ooh.
Well, with the dirty 20, you do manage to see that they have not come further off the mountain. You now see the shapes that he had referred to. There are just 3 of them that are near the base of the mountain, nearing where you guys are heading. But they haven't gone back up the mountain either. So far, they're still roughly where they are. You also do notice that the wind currently is blowing away from you, not
Okay,
towards
that's
you,
good. That's good.
So Grant's
and not
going
towards
to
them
just-
either. So
Grant's going to turn to Onyx. He's going to point to the shapes down there. He'll be like, "Oh, those are the things you were talking about."
Oh, yes. Very
once he
big
points them
bears.
out again, you're able to find them again. You're like, oh yeah.
Oh,
He
yes,
goes,
oh.
"Well, they
Don't
see."
want to get too close. They smell you. Once they have your scent, it's
Yes.
game over.
Grant then says, "Well, it seems like they haven't really moved at all, and the wind does not seem to be
Yeah.
blowing in a way that they'll be able to easily catch our scent."
Are they moving like at all, or are they just like?
It
like,
looks like they're almost
like-
in the exact. You're not 100%. I mean, again, you're still a fair distance away. It looks like they're in roughly the same spot.
Are there? Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell from this distance.
There's no trees around them
closer.
either directly.
No,
they
no,
seem
I
to be
was gonna
coming
ask if I
almost
could
off
see
a
tracks.
glacial
I
patch.
was gonna ask if I could see tracks, but I wouldn't
yeah,
be able
no,
to see
that's
them
way
this
too
far. Yeah, well,
If you can see tracks, they can smell you.
yeah, that's exactly it, right? I have no interest in getting closer. I don't know. Do we want to just kind of try to make our way around them, or?
I follow you.
Yeah, I guess we'll kind of find a safer path around them.
So you start to move off path. Okay. Thankfully that you did progress a couple of hours further forward before you head off the path. You're only going to be adding an extra 2 days to your trip by doing this, and that's fine. But for those 2 days, because we left off with Gigi rolling a d20, so I'm going to have Gran roll me d20 for those 2 days. Both 2 days. Just one dice
So
roll for 2 days.
Oh, just one die.
Yep.
A 2.
Okay, high or low?
Hi.
Okay. Roll me a d8.
Fate decide that one. Okay. Give me a D8. Another 2.
That is a 2. The snowfall lightens over the course of that 2 days. So the snowstorm, it seemed to kind of taper off. You thought for a while it was going to be a real rager, but it kind of trailed off after, about an hour after you left the actual path. It started to get to more of a lighter snowfall. So again, it's still, visibility is still what it is. I mean, you can see a heck of a lot better. You can definitely see those shapes now, even where you are now, without really even trying too hard. But there again, they're at a distance, and you're not really, on course to intersect with them at all. So that is you seem to be in relative safety over the next couple of days. So at this point, you have now reached. Yep.
While we're walking, I would like to kind of keep an eye on them. Really, really, really keep an eye on them, and just to see if they're actually moving at all. Like if they make any kind of move, like they circle or whatever.
Make me a perception check.
I have a feeling that they're not actually alive.
They might be dead bears.
11.
An 11. Looks like they're roughly in the same spot. It does look like they've moved. I mean, they're not stone. Like they're not like absolutely in one spot, but they do appear to be moving.
It's strange that they haven't moved at all.
Could I keep an eye on them too, just in case? And I now know where they are.
Yeah. Go ahead. You can make it a roll too if you want.
Like maybe I'm overthinking it, but it just seems odd that they haven't moved at all in like a week. You know what I mean?
If it's perception, that's a 16.
16. They're not moving distance away, but they're definitely moving around a lot where they are.
Okay.
Whatever's going on in that area, it's definitely they are doing something.
Okay. Grant's going to turn over to Onyx again and go, they seem to be just moving around in that spot they're in.
Well, that's not as good as I had hoped. But as long as we keep our distance, I think we should be all right. Hopefully.
So you do make it over the course of the next 2 days. You do end up at the base of the mountains, looking up the pathway now as it gets a little bit more rugged. But again, much more familiar to you, Onyx. And again, the snow cover, there's a lot of snow, there's a lot of ice patches, but there's a lot more, clear path that you can actually make out because you're going through crags and everything else. So it's a little bit different terrain and environment, but moving, into that direction, you definitely are in the right and heading in the right way. You are probably about a day down the mountain, maybe 2, depending on how fast everybody can make it up. That shouldn't be too much of a problem for you. But you do manage to start up that trail, and let us take a little bit of a cut scene here, and I'm going to turn away from the party for a second. And as the party sees it, let us go here, and we're going to look up here. This is what the party actually sees as they get up that trail. This is very familiar to you, Onyx. This is pretty much the entrance area outside of the Cavern of the Hopeless. So that is what is seen from there. And let's go back and see the party. So you've kind of got a little glimpse of that as the chat was able to as well. I like that. It's a little bit awkward for me to do, so if you guys are wondering if it takes me a little bit, I apologize, but I like the fact I can actually give you images of what the party is seeing and experiencing, more so than just a descriptive, because again, on certain days like today when I'm having some word issues, sometimes they don't come out like they're supposed to.
Welcome to my life when I try to speak in English.
Yeah, well, and I haven't even gone outside to smoke my medicine yet, so yeah, that would be even worse. I'd be on here going, cottonmouth, a whole different thing. Anyway, so you have gone up this thing. You do manage to make it by the end of the day. You are just approaching, like you could go into the cavern for nightfall. It will be dark by the time you actually get to the mouth opening of the cave. But or you can just kind of stop in this little area here. I mean, there are burial mounds even outside the cavern, and you know of them. I mean, they're everywhere. This place has been around for a long time. You know, some of these mounds are more primitive. Different species and such have made their way here at all different times of their life, going back hundreds of years. So again, there's all different ages and styles and types of burial mounds, markings, and so on. So what are you guys doing? Are you proceeding inside for night to sleep, or are you staying outside? Like, it's a little bit tricky to get up that last little bit. There'll be some rolls that will be required if you're going up at night in the dark.
I think we could do it. We're strong,
Okay.
independent creatures. We can go.
Grand,
All right, I'm down.
Grand decides to say it would be more advantageous if we were in a shelter before, during the night.
I for once agree with him. She'll point to.
Whoa, that's weird.
I don't know if I'm pretty good like
For
that,
once.
honestly, but at Grand, I for once agree with him.
Whoa. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm down with that.
Okay.
Grant just giving Gigi like this weird look, like,
Are you okay?
All right. Who has?
Gigi starts her normal routine. Cast bonfire right in the middle of a nice spot.
Nice.
Set up her 2 little person tent, and yeah, she just starts her routine because she likes routine.
So you are going to go up, though? You're going to go into the cave first?
Oh, I thought we were staying at the base.
No,
for the
we're
night.
going
no.
to stay at the base for
You're going to stay at the base?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to stay there. So you set up your camp for the night. That is not a problem at all. And with that, because you are setting up your camp, Gigi, you can roll me a 20-sided die for a nighttime encounter possibility.
Ooh.
Oh, thanks for that opportunity.
A 2.
Oh, shoot.
High or low?
Let's stick with low.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
That's what I was
dear, you lucked out on that one.
I know.
And on this one, I am going to roll the dice. Go with a.
How many
that's not bad.
monsters do we fight?
How many wolves are gonna
That
attack
light
us?
snowfall over the course of the night. That's like this light snowfall has been going over the past day and a bit. It has now turned to kind of like a sleet.
Yuck.
Yeah. For again, I don't know whereabouts in the states you are, but again, sleet
Like
is
wet
that
snow.
it's wet snow.
Disgusting. Gross.
Oh, I know what
nastiness.
sweet is.
Oh, it's
not
nasty.
pleasant.
Almost, it's almost.
unpleasant.
But up here, because of the cold, it's almost ice. So it's
Yeah.
it's
it's
not good, and
unpleasant.
it goes from hail to sleet to hail to sleet. It's just one of those things. So
Yeah.
it's terrible. It's which is probably a good thing you're not climbing up those stairs right now, because the ground is becoming extremely slippery. So you guys do set up camp for the night, and the night passes uneventful. The next morning, the sleet is just trailing off. Again, the ground's going to be a little bit slippery, so it will affect your rolls moving forward, and there will now be rolls actually required, even though it's daylight. So, but that's fine, and you guys pack up your camp, and you start heading up to the mouth of this cave, which, again, it looks very gloomy and scary in a lot of ways, especially depending on the type of person you are. If you're the type of person that finds just a cemetery in general kind of an eerie place to be, especially considering the environment you're in with the overcast skies and being in the mountains, and so if it bothers you, it will be a little bit disconcerting for you as you're heading up to this peak.
Onyx is right at home.
I think Gigi would just be looking at like picking up like pretty rocks and like any twigs or little plants she can find. Like if any are popping through the snow, which I doubt.
Yeah,
with all
not
the
up
snow we
right,
had,
not
but
where you are.
any twigs, or just like looking at the rocks and like trying to like pick out the shiniest rocks.
So you pick out a good. You got about a handful of rocks that you've managed to collect that seem various degrees of shininess or of interest to you at whatever point as you're kind of moving forward and you're collecting. What's Callie doing as you're heading up this?
She's not feeling great. I mean, I think when her grandma died, she never went to see her in the cemetery because she didn't feel good. So right now she's a little bit spooked. And can we say that word? Spooked?
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Yes.
Oh yeah, sure.
She is, and she is quieter than usual, which is like a lot coming from her.
Meanwhile, Gran is looking very unsettled himself. He's basically just looking around the location, just surveying the various corpses and stuff, and just continuing on forward.
Well, you're not really seeing corpses. You're seeing burial mounds. And now that you're actually moving up the cave, you're not really seeing any here because, again, it's way too steep for anybody to be on this particular part of it. But down below in that little area at the beginning, yeah, there were some scattered around, but they were covered. They would be covered with cairns or some of them were actually almost looked like crypts that had been established around them almost. Some of them, but which is kind of defeats the purpose of what this place currently is. Maybe it was something more at one time, but again, it just seems a little bit off. But now that you're starting your way up, you're observing and a little bit kind of taken back. You're looking over your shoulder at some of those mounds that are behind you, and just knowing from what you've heard about up ahead that cave above you is filled with the dead from hundreds of years past. So that's playing over in your mind. And you know this. You know more of the stories being so close to that end of the trail that it headed up north. So yeah, I could see that you'd be a little bit, a little bit on edge. So far Onyx is unaffected. He's moving forward. Gigi seems fairly unaffected. She's kind of gathering things. Gigi, you can make me an insight check, however.
Ooh, okay. I got a +5.
The closer we get to the cave, the more excited Onyx gets.
Oh, yes, going to visit family, going to see them soon. Oh, yes. Oh.
I'm really scared of Onyx. I think Callie's scared that he's like a serial killer.
Notice, and I'm giving you this for free. Every time you talk, Gigi just kind of like. But I got a +5, so I got a 10. These guys aren't being nice to me today.
Yeah, with a 10, you're not sure exactly, but something's off with Callie. You've kind of built a bond with her over your travels so far, but yeah, something's up.
I would probably go up to her, noticing that, and be like, "Are you tired? Would you like a ride?" And point to my back.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And she would put her hands like this, like a baby.
Oh my God.
She would take a knee and turn her back and just like lift her up onto her shoulders.
That is so cute. That's adorable. Oh, pick me up.
And then she would whisper into Gigi's ear, and she would point to Onyx, and she would be like, "Is he a serial killer? Going to die in that cave?"
Greg's actually looking at you first.
Oh, go ahead.
You first.
Gigi will just matter of factly say, "I do not believe he kills the people that go to this cave. I believe the people come up here to die themselves." And just keep walking. Because I assume she knows about the cave.
Yeah, you guys all know about I mean, everybody in the valley knows what this cave is. Some know more stories than others, obviously, because, obviously Onyx knows the most because he's actually been up here before and back several times. Gran, because he's lived so close to the caves in comparison. But again,
so many people to it.
Yeah, and everybody knows about them, though. So, yeah, most definitely.
So she'll say that and then be like, he is very creepy, though.
At this point, I'm even after that comment, even Grant's now starting to look at Onyx a little side-eyed.
Onyx is used to it. That's cool.
That's pretty funny.
Grant's not usually the one that's creeped out by people all that often, but that was a moment where Grant gave you this like, do I have to keep an eye on you?
About halfway up, you guys notice that the path becomes almost like a half man-made stone staircase that is, again, very steep and very slick with the remnants of the sleep that is still tapering off. So at this point, I'm going to need each of you to make me an athletics or an acrobatics check, and you're going to have to tell me what it is that you're doing differently, other than just marching up the stairs, that's going to get you up this steep, slippery stone staircase.
Okay.
So let's start off. Well, let's start with Gigi. What are you doing? Actually, you know what? Unless you want to, let's do first. Onyx would be first, right? Because he'd be up front.
Well, right, that's fine. It doesn't matter.
Maybe that'll make a difference on what everybody else does, though. That's what I was saying.
Well, it just so happens that I had planned on this, and so I have a climber's kit. So I'm going to use my climber's kit to get up. Maybe with I've got special Python's boot tips, probably the boot tips, gloves, and I'll just kind of like put a pole in, and then like kind of walk up, I guess, a little bit. Digging feet into the ground as much as I can,
placing the pythons and tying off.
Yeah, and I'll put to kind of lessen or make it a little bit easier for the rest of the party. Anyways, I'll tie a rope off to the pythons as they go off, so they've got something to kind of pull themselves on up as well. And if they slip, they've got something to grab on too.
Okay. So you can make me an athletics check with advantage.
Oh, cool.
Because of what you're doing.
One. I just rolled 2 17s.
Nice.
So 18. Yeah.
18. So, yeah, you get up to the mouth of the cave. Not a problem. Next up behind you would be Gran. Gran, are you following suit and using the pythons that he has placed and going up, or are you going to find your own method to go up?
Well, originally, Gran was just going to just barehand and start grabbing rocks, but if there's going to be an easily accessible python around, he's going to start using that.
Okay, so you get some rope and everything else, and you pull yourself up. So you can make me an athletics check with advantage.
Yeah, I figured we'd be climbing mountains, so.
And that would be a total of 24.
24, yep. You have no problem. You're standing up there beside Onyx. And Gigi, you have got a Callie on your shoulders.
Yeah.
She's grabbing her
She was
hair.
gonna gently put Callie down and be like, I think you'll be better at this than I. And she would try to use oh god, I forgot his name. What Onyx put up and just try to climb up
The
herself.
Yeah.
Or pitons, or however you want to say them.
Yeah.
Pitons,
I'm not
pythons.
sure
I say
pronounce it.
Titans, but
That's
whichever.
Kittens. I think they're pitons. I think.
I'm not sure what the
I don't.
pronunciation
I
is.
can't remember.
Oh.
Okay, so you can make me an athletics at advantage as well.
Okay.
Smarter than people than me are watching, going, "What the hell are you saying?
What is it? Well, what is that?
It's called a
Next
piton."
one for a 22.
22, no problem. So now you're up there. Callie, you are down, well, you're halfway up, but you're down below everybody else. How are you going? On your own, or are you going to use those pitons to get up as well?
I'm gonna use pitons
Okay.
But I feel a lot of pressure right now that everyone did so great at getting up, and I'm the last one.
Well, you also get to roll athletics with advantage, please.
Oh, okay, with advantage. I can do this. Athletics.
She didn't
Yes.
want to drop you, okay? So that's why she set you down, because I'm
20.
surprised I rolled that good.
With a 20, you get up to the entrance of the cave. Now, who has dark vision?
I do.
Oh, wait,
You do.
do I?
I do not.
Okay, so you do not.
Strangely enough.
Not me.
It is dark beyond the
Oh,
entrance. You guys do know that. I'm
Um,
assuming, Onyx, that you will be leading the way in because, again, you do know kind of the layout.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's multiple caves. You know, there's areas that kind of have been caved in here and there over the years, but you kind of know your way around.
Okay.
At least for the beginning parts of there's like several large chambers, or that you're very familiar with, and beyond that, I mean, I'm sure you could figure it out.
Do I know this cave to be particularly dangerous? Like
You've
would it-
known over the years, you have known that there have been beasts that have made this their home. Obviously, the dead come here to die. I mean,
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
you know, there are
Makes
carrion that do find their way in here on occasion. About 6 years ago, 7 years ago, there were a couple of orcs that kind of
Oh dear.
camped out here and had to be dispatched by some group of rangers that were up in the area. So, I mean, it can be, and you do know that there are parts of it that do go a lot deeper than what you've gone.
Yeah.
You know, so again, you're not 100% sure, but for the most part, I mean,
Okay.
you've been in here. You've never had an incident inside the cave.
Okay, well in that case, I'll light my hooded lantern.
Okay, so you'll be lighting your hooded lantern and you will be leading
Yeah.
the way forward. And with that, guys, we're going to take a 5-minute break because I need a break today, to be honest with you. I need to kind of clear my head just for a moment or two. We will take a 5-minute recess, use any, things you got to use, do those bio breaks and get a drink or what have you. And then we will be back and find out what happens as Onyx takes a step inside the cave. Oh no! And the whole thing caves in in an avalanche, and you all die. And that's the end of Bitter Cold. No, I'm just kidding.
The end.
The end. All right, guys, we'll be back in 5.
Well, that was short.
Hey there, all you folks. Welcome back. No, that's okay. Everybody in the group here is all quiet, thinking that they can be heard, but they cannot be heard right now. Just so everybody is aware, it is just me going through to you out there in chat. We are switching over here to As the Party Sees It, because as you know, before we went away on break there, it was Onyx lighting his hooded lantern and stepping forward to the edge of the cavern to start heading inside. That is where we had left off before that pause. So with that, let us hide this, and this is what Onyx sees inside the cave. So this is pretty much, as everybody goes in and sees it, this is what all the caverns within this particular complex look like. The map may not be as expansive as these caverns actually are. They're just this portion of the caverns that we're going to be using. But again, this is what they all look like. And I know I'm going to have a question as soon as I switch over to the group, and we will get directly to that before we figure out what Onyx is doing. So let's see what the party is up to. Welcome back, you four, and hopefully you had just a little quick breather there and got yourself a drink, and we're all good. And you had a question for me, Callie.
Yes, I was wondering because Callie has dark vision of 60 feet. Can I see like further in the cavern than the rest of the group?
You have dark vision 60 feet?
Yeah.
So yes, you will be able to see farther. Once you actually get into the cavern, you'll be able to see 60 feet, where Onyx will see basically 30 feet good, with his lantern, and then it starts to kind of trail off after that.
Perfect.
So, okay. So with that, everybody that is in the chat at this point, they have a link to their map on their screen, which they're looking at, and I'm going to allow everybody in our chat to actually see it as well.
Just to add some light, DM, I'm going to light a torch.
So you're going to add a torch to the lantern, okay? No problem. Okay, so...
That way we don't have to rely on just one person for light.
No, that's all right. No, I was going to say if we get separated for some reason.
So now in the lower left side of your screen, chat, you guys will see it up on your top left, I'm sure, but backwards. But everybody in chat there on Twitch and on YouTube can actually see it in the lower left-hand corner of our screen, right where the advertisements all were. Yep, on the Twitch screen. And
it's in the lower left for me.
Oh, is it? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So that is the map of what the party is going to be experiencing. So, we are... Oops. I have to admit everybody in. There we go. Yay. Okay. So, I can now see where Onyx is. You are at the entrance to the cave. Keep in mind, there are burial mounds scattered throughout. As I said, it looks like you've seen in the picture there, except around the ground, on the ground, there are sometimes it's like old blankets that are covering it up. Sometimes it's rocks and stones. Sometimes it's just a person just kind of curled up and went to sleep in the cold and didn't wake back up. So that's kind of what you're experiencing. So what are you doing at this point? And
Brandon is...
You know that ahead and to the left, there is a passage that goes out and goes into another chamber.
Onyx is just going to kind of walk around to the burial mounds, cleaning them up, doing his best to kind of get the snow off if there's any gravestones. he'll be cleaning one off, and he'll look over his shoulder and say, "Yes, I'm getting the snow. Just relax. This one over here needs a little bit of cleaning. Why don't you go over there and get that one?"
Well, let us.
And then he'll walk over and clean off some more burial mounds.
Do this, and then we'll go.
As for Grant, he's actually going to be looking through the burial mounds and all the different burial sites because he's looking for specific ones.
Okay. Like, first of all, you're not in there yet, Grant. Just one thing at a time.
We're not in with him. I'm sorry.
No, one thing at a time. I get confused. So, how far in total are you going to go, Grant? Or not Grant? Let's see, Onyx.
Like 5-10 feet, not very far.
Okay.
I'm just like as I come in, I'll just start cleaning the various burial mounds that are around, I guess, and then work my way back. Wait for everybody else to come in as well.
Okay. Problem.
Oh, let's be clean. Let's be clean. Look at this is so dirty. Oh, all these burial mounds, they need to be respected properly.
Okay, so Onyx, you are now in behind. Or Onyx, you're inside. Gran, you've watched Onyx now enter. What are you doing?
Grant's going to fall right behind him, and he's going to, as he's going in, just start investigating each of the burial mounds to see if he can find a couple of specific ones.
Like, what are you gotta let me know what you're looking for.
I'm looking for basically the burial mounds of my family.
Okay, so you're looking for something identifiable
Right.
from your family. Okay, so you're going to spend about, what, 5 minutes on every mound?
Hopefully less if need be.
Okay, how far are you willing to go in?
In terms of how far am I willing to
What
go?
your token is on the screen. Show me how far you're willing to go in. There's at least you like right now. There's probably 2 or 3 mounds to go through just to get to where you are there.
Okay, so I'll go here and I'll go through a couple mounds.
Okay, you can make me a investigation check at disadvantage.
Okay, that was interesting. And the second one is a total of 16.
16.
The first one I rolled was a total of 23.
You identify certain things from, but nothing that you recognize. At least not,
I make sure
not
to respectfully return. Sorry.
Yeah, that you don't recognize it from your family anyway. So that's what you're doing. So who's the next? I guess are you guys going in together or trying to go? Well, Callie, you're so small you can go in pretty much onto the legs of the Warforged or under the legs of any of the other characters.
Gigi will walk in and hearing like him saying we have to clean the dirt piles because that's what she feels like they are. I don't think she really. I mean the burial mounds, but they're made of dirt, so it's like you're cleaning dirt. And she'll just walk in and try to stay close to one of them because they both have the source of light. So she'll just stay next to Gran, I guess.
Okay.
Because he has a torch. And just be like...
All right, Callie, what about you?
Callie, like...
Meanwhile, she's watching Gran just investigating the bodies.
Callie is gonna go inside and she will instantly gonna start looking for gnome skeletons or corpses that she could identify as her brother, or at least find clues, or like if it's not her brother, maybe like a necklace or something that she could find that would let us know that her brother, which was Todri,
Yep.
was there.
Okay, so you're going to be looking again for something that's going to identify Tawdry to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, just so you guys can keep in mind, those grids that you see, those squares, pretty much in every single one of them that's on the edge of the caverns, there is a burial. There's someone there. Every single one of those squares that are against the wall. Now, as you move further back, there are some that come out 2 or 3 from the walls. But again, that's all just something to keep in mind. So you're moving a little bit forward, Onyx, to start with.
Yeah. Yeah, as I'm cleaning up, I'll move towards the back of the cave, maybe up here.
Okay, so you get to actually that go back, Gran, please.
How far back? This far?
Yeah, a little bit behind where he is because, you're keep in mind he's kind of going and then you're following suit. You're still looking at mounds.
Yes.
Right. So.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you can at this point.
Oh dear.
What you see is you're moving forward. You're moving towards that the right on your immediate left there. That is the way into the other chamber. It does go deeper back, off to your right. There is a little bit more of a cave that in that direction. But again, these are like right at the entrance. There are more going inside, for sure. But as you kind of glance up and you look towards that exit, as your eyes are kind of scanning through the hooded lantern light, towards there, you see the flickering shadows against the cavern walls, some eerie shadows at times, with some of the stalagmites coming down, and wisps of this frosty membranes that looks like it probably made out of moss of some kind, but just covered with like ice and frost. It looks kind of really giving off an eerie. But for you, you're right at home. You have no problem with this. But you get to that little outcropping right in front of you, and the shadows flicker more than you think they should. Roll me a perception with advantage.
Can I see anything? Oh, I'm too far.
Not yet.
15. Nope. 15. Yeah.
15. Okay, so with a 15, you have an opportunity to warn your colleagues. And I'm gonna put a circle around you, Callie, to show you where you can actually get up to.
Okay.
I think you can pretty much actually you can see. Yeah, you can. Now that you look up, are you saying anything, Onyx?
Yeah, I'll look at the rest of the party and say there are shadows here, shadows that don't belong.
So as you look up, with this warning, you look straight ahead and you see this probably about 5.5 foot tall floating silhouette of a shadow in the air, humanoid in shape. You kind of almost didn't see it at first, but the eyes begin to glow red.
I'm gonna turn to Gigi and I'm gonna say, I told you he was gonna kill us in the cave.
Yeah,
So-
Gran just goes, restless spirits, I see.
You, actually, Gran, where you are, let's see how far out you can actually see. Oh, yeah, you look at what you can see. Because of your
Oh,
angle. Oh, my, that's what you can see because of your angle. You're a little bit closer over to the one side. So the light is cascading into that area, and you now make out 2 more of those shadowy... These have never been here before, Onyx. You guys all, at this point, can kind of see within this lit-up area that I'm showing right now, you see these 3 shadowy silhouettes, all humanoid, all with glowing red eyes, and they all appear to start moving towards you. I need you all to roll me initiative, please.
At that point, Onyx is going to look back at Callie and say,
No, I am not here to kill you. No. We must cleanse these shadows.
I
They
got
do not
16.
belong.
I got a 12 total.
16.
I as well got a 12. What is your dex modifier?
16.
My dex modifier? That'll be a +0.
Then I would go first because I've got a +1.
So you are essentially a 13. And
Yeah.
Gigi, what'd you get?
I lost my dice. I'm like, where did it go? And D&D 1 is not rolling quickly enough.
It's in the last place you look.
Yeah.
I dropped it. I have no idea.
This is why you should have multiples.
I got a 12. That's with my minus
What the
one.
heck?
So what is your dex modifier?
Minus 1. Oh, wait,
3
no, wait,
out of
that's
4
my
of us got a 12.
Dex is minus 1.
Okay, so you are essentially at an 11.
Yes.
So you're slower than Grant. Okay, so first up,
That's so funny.
Callie, you are
Well, no,
first.
it's a 12 with the minus 1.
Oh, it's a 12 with the -1. Okay, so you will go.
That's where I am.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Well-
I guess you would go after me because I have a higher dex than her.
Yeah. That's exactly it. So you will actually go first, still, Grant. But Callie, you are first up at this point. What are you doing?
I am raging.
Okay, so Callie is raging. So, as we take a moment away from the party, as we jump over to As the Party Sees It, I absolutely love this.
This is pretty cool, I have to admit.
Yeah, this is a cool feature.
So we're back at the cave, so you're going through, but the only problem is I do need to take us off of the studio mode to do this so that I can go to the screen here and make sure you guys can see what happens when Callie rages. So as you guys know, this is Callie Boldbraid. Well, as of right now, this is Callie Boldbraid. As her skin seems to kind of take on a slightly different texture, not color, as fur grows and expands from her face and ears pop up the top of her head, as you see a werebadger standing in her place. Hey, don't let Rob know, because then he'll be like, "What are you talking about?" So I'll just move her off the place for now. So you are raging. So this wonderful badger comes out, and I'm going to switch us back to the main scene here, so we can now go back. All right. So you are raging. What else are you doing?
Yes, I am gonna run towards the one. Whoa. Okay. To the one that is closest to Gran.
This one here.
No.
Oh, right around the corner from him there?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So that will also
I'm gonna run
now
to him.
clear up this particular area.
Are each of these squares 5 feet?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right. So you can move yourself up there, Callie.
Perfect.
Where you want to
I'm
go?
gonna run right here, and then I'm gonna use my great axe to beat the shit out of that.
Do what
Oh
you
my
do.
word! Where did that
Nice.
come from, Callie?
She's raging, you know.
She's
She's out of
raging.
control. So to hit, I have 18.
Nice.
Does it hit?
18 does hit.
Pretty sure. And then I do 12 damage.
12 damage.
Very nice.
Yes, excellent. Excellent. 12 damage.
And that is my turn.
Okay. And that takes us now to... sorry, that's going to take us to Onyx, actually. And that would mean, Gran, you're on deck.
Yep.
All right. Looking at the situation, I'm gonna move here first off, and look over at Callie and do a little kind of wavy little hand thing, and cast Sanctuary.
Okay.
And I'll explain what the Sanctuary does.
Yep.
It says you ward a creature within range against attack until the spell ends. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or a harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. The spell doesn't protect the warded creature from area effects such as the explosion of a fireball. If the warded creature makes an attack. Sorry, if the warded creature makes an attack, cast a spell that affects an enemy, or you know what? I'm not going to do that because the next time that she attacks, its spell ends. So I apologize. That did not work like I wanted, or doesn't work like I wanted to. So instead, they're all within 30 feet of me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they're all within 30 feet of me. Okay, in that case, I'll cast Bane on all three of them.
Okay.
Bane, it just means that they have to make a charisma saving throws. Up to 3 creatures of your choice that you can see within range must make charisma saving throws. Whenever a target fails this saving throw, makes an attack. Whenever target that fails this saving throw makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, it has to minus a d4 from its attack roll. So they have to make charisma saving throws.
Charisma saving throws?
The DC 14. Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
DC 14.
so let me see. This one.
Sorry about this. I should have planned that.
That is a 12.
Okay, so that one fails.
And a 6, it's a fail. And a 2, that's a fail. And a 4,
Okay.
that's a fail. So they all failed.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, there's only 3. My bad.
Yeah. So whenever they make whenever a target fails, the saving throw makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends. It is a minute, so it's like 10 rounds. They have to minus a d4 from the attack.
Okay. So a saving throw or an attack roll, they have to minus a d4.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
And I don't think I can do anything else because that was an action. So let me see if I have any bonus actions. I apologize for taking so long, guys.
No problem.
Take your time.
That's all I'm gonna do for now. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do for now. I'm good.
Okay. Perfect. And Gran, now you're up. And Gigi, you are on deck.
All right. So Grant is going to walk up beside Onyx, right around here, I guess. Yeah, right there.
Yep.
He's going to turn to this one right over here,
Yep.
just over Grant's shoulder, and he's going to cast the spell Create Bonfire at this spot in front of it, so that it has to walk through the bonfire in order to continue going forward.
Okay.
Basically, I'm trying to lock that one down in there, or make it so that it has to hurt itself in order to get to us.
So you put a bonfire in front of it. So let us say, well,
And I cast.
I'm just going to put one of these here. Why not?
Bonfire.
You have a bonfire set right there. Okay.
That barn is on fire.
And is that your action?
That is my action.
Sorry.
Okay. And Gigi, you are up.
You know what's funny? I was gonna do the exact same thing.
Make a double bonfire.
I'm like, Ooh, I don't gotta get close with the bonfire.
Is that cat is difficult terrain?
But I could also do that. So that would put me, my little squishy self in danger. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. Which guy did he hit?
This
one over here.
Most one.
Number 2 over there.
2. Yeah. Have to move. So yeah, she's going
That's
to.
hilarious.
It's a Dex 13 for me.
Okay, so you're going to go right on him. Okay.
Well, no, I can create bonfire from 60 feet.
Well, they made
Yeah,
made
but
their
it's like-
dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay. Oops. What?
That's weird because he's
I
standing
thought
in
so.
fire now. So like, how does he?
Yeah. Why didn't it roll the damage?
It's a hell of a dex save.
Okay, let me try that again. For some reason, it's not showing. It rolled, but it's not showing.
Oh,
So-
It's
generally,
5 damage.
he just moved out of the way. How much?
5
Yeah.
damage. If it failed.
But where has he got to move to?
Which one are you
this
doing
is
it on?
weird.
You doing it on the
Um,
same guy?
One, yeah. That made no sense. I should have done the other guy, but
No. Well, it doesn't. But even if he has to move, he's only got
Um,
one direction he can move.
I
Yeah.
don't think I could see the other one against the wall.
So you put a bonfire. Crap.
That's hilarious.
The same one. So
I'm
it
just-
just takes 5 extra.
I'm just moving this here over. This is, and
That's hilarious.
the fire's going, and what you've seen as you cast it, and this bonfire appears right basically at its wispy feet as it floats up.
You cheater. Oh, no, this is not okay.
So he did take the. Sorry, and how much damage was that again?
It was only 5.
Hey, 5 is good.
It's
Yep.
better than nothing.
Yep.
That's right. It
So-
sure is.
Now,
Never knocked in low numbers.
so now Gran and Gigi have officially put the thing in a pie of fire.
Okay, so it is now their turn. As this guy, whoop,
What do you have to roll for the damage for that?
whoop, he doesn't.
Oh wow.
Is he flying over it?
He flew over it.
Yeah, tricky. Oh no.
Oh,
That's
god
okay.
damn.
Okay, no, we got this.
Spirited.
We got this.
Yeah,
There's one for each of us.
Yeah.
not really. Not at the moment. So they're going to make their attacks on you guys. And let us see what they're going to do. We're going to start with Callie. Does an 11 hit you?
Nope.
15?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so 15 does hit you. So let us do... Take 5 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, did we lost the? Yeah, we lost the 5 that you gave us earlier, right? Onyx. It was the day
Yeah, that
before.
was
Yeah,
only 8
yeah, that would've
hours.
wore off.
Yeah, you would have.
Days ago.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
should have recasted it.
I gotta.
Perfect.
Sorry.
No, it's okay because it took it down, and I was like, I think it needs to be my real life.
Now, I do need you
Perfect.
to make me do a strength saving throw, please.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I've seen something. Just give me 1 second.
And that was with a -3 to hit, by the way, on this one. It's like crap. That was close. But
Okay, I have danger sense. You have advantage on dex saving throws against effects that you can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. So I have advantage on dex saving throw.
Yeah, this is strength.
Oh, I know. I was testing you. Of course.
It's just testing you to make sure. You
Uh,
Gotta test your DM knowledge.
Okay, yeah, I don't have nothing for strength. Okay, let's go. 21.
Hey,
Okay,
nice.
so
You
you
got
did
this.
you made it. You feel just kind of like the world almost got heavy for a second. You're just
Okay.
you never felt that before. Just like whoa, like just you like when you're sick, when you've been sick before with the sniffles or a cold or a flu, and you just everything aches and nothing. You don't want to move, and everything just seems that your arms are so high, are so heavy, and you don't want to move. So it's very difficult for you for just that split second, but then everything clears up, so you're fine.
Okay.
So now we are
She's
moving
gonna
on.
do a B sound. That's all she's gonna make. She's not talking. She's doing what a badger sound would be, but really intense.
You're hissing. You're yeah. It's like a
Yeah.
hissing. Yeah. Okay, so you are doing that, and Onyx, you have 2 on you. So let us go. That's a minus 1d4. I don't think that's going to do that one at all. I don't think a 12 is going to hit you,
I know.
and that's definitely going to miss you. So you're good.
Our badger are born being attacked.
And we are now at the top of the round, and that would, of course, be Callie. That's you.
Yes, that's me.
Get him, badger!
I am again gonna try to great axe the same creature that I hit last time.
Yep.
So does 15 hits?
Yes, it does.
And I do 10 damage.
Nice.
Excellent. As it
There he is.
fades from view. It's gone.
Perfect.
It just
Beautiful.
dissipates. It seems to kind of like the shadows almost like break apart with your axe blow and go scattering in every different direction.
Excellent.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay. That actually takes us now at this point over to Onyx.
These are within touch range, yes.
Oh, yeah, you're right in front of you now. Well, one's slightly above you, but
Onyx is going to reach out and try to wisp away and at the same time cast Inflict Wounds at 2nd level.
okay. Are you going to go for number 2, or are you going to go for the other one that hasn't been touched?
The one that hasn't been touched.
Okay.
And that's a 22 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Oh, baby. 4d10. That's a lot. Oh, that's not bad. So 16 necrotic damage.
Necrotic damage. Let me double check something. Make sure they're not. Nope. It's gone. It dissipates.
Beautiful. You do not
It's
belong.
like it seems to get darker for a moment. It gets so dark that all of a sudden it just blends with the actual darkness itself, and it's gone. Like there's no trace of it.
Begone, spirits.
So that one now.
And that was a spell. No, that was a spell. Bonus actions. I don't think I have any bonus actions. But give me 1 second. I'll check. No, I can't do that because it's a spell. No, that's all. I'm done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Gran, you're up. GG, you're on deck.
Okay. Grant's gonna run over here. He's gonna aim his next attack at this one right here again. And that next attack is going to be Ron's Binding Ice.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. What does it do?
A burst of cold energy emanates from you within a 30-foot cone Each creature in that area must make a Constitution saving throw, and on a failed save, the creature must take 3d8 cold damage and is hindered by ice formation for 1 minute, or until another creature within reach of it uses an action to break it away from the ice.
Is it a deck saving throw, you said?
Yeah, and I'm going to try to specifically aim the cone away from.
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
Oh, Jesus!
You just lucked out on that one.
Onyx, you're right in the middle of that cone.
No.
Well, I wouldn't have made him right in the middle of it, but I mean,
No, but unless he specifies.
if you didn't specify, it's in general in that direction, which means, guess what?
No,
Yeah.
I want to make sure.
You're essentially aiming it over here rather than it over here. So,
Yes.
okay.
So that's the thing is somewhat in the edge.
No, failed his dexterity saving throw.
Beautiful.
Okay, and that means that its speed is now reduced to 0, and it gets 3d8 cold damage.
Okay, roll damage.
3, 6, 8. Okay. So it's 8.
17.
Yep, 17.
Okay. The darkness of the shadow becomes swirling with ice crystals, and it shatters apart like glass being shattered.
Well done.
Out.
One should never mess with an ice.
And Gigi, you're up.
Okay, she's gonna move. And then she'll yell at Callie, do you need healing?
And you're gonna hear a big eh. That's all you're gonna hear.
Well, for my bonus action, I'm going to use Healing Word on Callie. I assume she got hit. And that is pathetic. It's 5 healing.
Hey.
That's a
Okay. You healed 5, and now there's only 1 shadow left, so it will...
Yeah, I'm going to continue my movement.
Oh.
And as an action, I'm going to take my scimitar, which I don't know if you guys noticed. I've had a scimitar on my back the whole time, and try to hit this
Okay.
thing
Roll
with
away.
a sword.
Also, when Candy's gonna receive
That's a
the
17
healing.
to hit.
Sorry, how much?
Does a 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay, and that is 7 slashing damage.
Nice.
Okay. And what was that you were going to say, Callie?
Yes. When Callie's gonna receive the healing, she's just gonna quickly turn to Gigi and do like a nod like this. That's it. Like she knows.
Cute little badger dog.
Yeah. She can't speak, but she knows.
Hug me right now.
Yeah, you definitely see these, like when she does hiss and that, you're seeing these really sharp, jagged, like razor sharp teeth. It's pretty intimidating.
I don't think that would bother Gigi. She just thinks she's adorable, you know?
So it will now make its attack on let's see, which one will it actually, you just damaged it, Gigi, so it's going to attempt to attack you with this.
Can I try to dodge like between them? Is that an action I can do?
You
Take the damage instead of...
Oh, you want to try and take the damage? How would you go about that? Like it's basically making a slash with this shadowy hand towards Gigi. How would you try to intercept that blow?
Can I push Gigi? Not super hard, but enough with like my super badger strength, you know? I would like push her with my big paw, and then I would like go where she was supposed to be standing.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Well, first of all, let's start with, well, we're not going to say you need an unarmed strike, because I'm going to say you're able to actually make contacts with Gigi, because she wouldn't be trying to block your assault at this point. So you do make contact, but you're going to have to make me a strength check, please.
Strength.
Oh, I can say
I have a 7.
A 7. You kind of move forward to try and intercept, and you go to shove, and it really doesn't move Gigi all that much, at least that you're expecting it to. Does, and it's a minus 1d3 or 1d4, sorry, and that's -2. And does a 16 hit you?
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you also have to make me a strength saving throw, please.
I tried.
8.
An 8. Okay. Well, first off, you take 8 points of necrotic damage. And your strength drops by 2 points.
Oh dear.
Oof.
Oh, I know what we're fighting now.
Just temporarily. I mean, obviously, it's not permanent, but so don't permanently
know.
reduce your strength.
Well, I don't know.
I think I have an idea.
I mean, player
I
knows.
mean,
you
yeah.
have no idea.
So, and until that is restored, you will need to make sure your stats are adjusted accordingly. Any pluses.
Switched it on my sheet. It's
Awesome. It's all good. So,
yeah, nice.
at least until we get something else. Anyway.
First, I almost died because of them.
Yeah. So
On a different campaign.
you are. So with that, I guess we are back to top of the round. We're at Callie.
Finish them.
Yeah, I was try to bite his head off, but I'm pretty sure it's not a real head, so I'm still gonna
That's
great
awesome.
axe that creature.
Yep.
To hit, I have a 12. I don't think that hits.
12. Actually, it does. Just hits.
Ooh, and I do 5 damage.
So damage, and it had. Oh, it's still up. Okay. So you damage it for sure. At least you think you have. Solid chop. Yeah, that's the way it is. So from Onyx, from Callie, we are on to Onyx, and then that'll be Gran. You're on deck.
Where is it? It's right there. So I'll go over here. And I will also cast a healing word on Callie.
Okay.
I'll do it at 2nd level. So it's 2d4.
But I'm full health.
Oh, are you? Okay, then in case, then never mind.
No, I'm full
Apologize.
health.
Okay, never mind.
GG is missing health.
Oh, is she? Yeah, okay. Then in that case, I'll cast healing word on
That's
Gigi.
fine. You don't have to.
No, I
It's usually like the most. It's okay.
Don't worry. Wow, you get a lot back. Oh no, that's not right because that's a D. That's not right. You don't get that much.
Oh.
Oh, thanks.
No,
Don't you hate it now for correcting himself? What are you doing?
I
Nobody
rolled a
loves
D8.
the robot.
I rolled a D8 instead of a D4. Oh, that's not as good. But it's still good. You get 7 hit points back.
I got almost all my
So that was a bonus action. As my action, I will cast Toll the Dead.
Okay.
On this unfortunate fellow. So I need him to make a DC 14 Wisdom save.
This poor unfortunate soul.
And he makes a 13, so he fails.
Wow, fabulous. Then he takes a D8 of damage. For necrotic. Oh, however. Oh, I'm sorry. No, hold on. Is it missing any of its hit points?
Yes, it is.
Okay, then in that case, it takes a D12. Not a
Ooh.
D4 or a D8. Which is better. 7 necrotic damage.
Okay. How do you want to do it?
Swinging over the badger's head.
Yeah, it's the badger kind of that's perfect. The badger is kind of blocking view of Onyx, and which is really weird because Onyx is super tall. But it's for flavor. That's how it works. And so he kind of peers over her shoulder and looks at it and goes, "You don't belong here anymore. Be gone, servant of the darkness." And the bells ring, and he just.
So yeah, as
Bong, bong, bong.
pretty much, you're kind of hear this over your shoulder ish, Callie, as this voice is coming out,
Sorry.
and these bells all of a sudden, these very eerie funeral sounding bells, you hear, everybody hears them faintly, but no one hears them quite like the recipient, as this thing just kind of shatters on itself. Almost seemed like it had almost became a thick, hard tar-like substance, and then, as if it was brittle, just shattered apart and it's gone. And you are out of combat at this point.
Yay!
So this area is now seems to be free of these things that you've seen. So taking the little extra time at this point, because you were kind of moving further into the cavern when you first discovered them, taking a few minutes now to make sure the rest of the burial areas are kind of cleaned up and not strewn all over the place. There seems to have been items that look like they were starting to be pulled away from the burial mounds. Like you see hands with bones missing, like clearly missing. Arms, like just a complete like bone out of the arm missing. A skull missing here. I mean, you're finding them. Most of them kind of in a pile here and there. So it looks like these things, whatever they were doing, they were harvesting pieces. So not quite sure of anything else, but that's what you've noticed. You clean up. The rest of you, Onyx, you doing your thing. Callie, I'm assuming you're switching back to your gnomish form at this point.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you, Callie, the badger goes away and is replaced by the gnome, which I'm not going to worry about that on the screen at this point in time. I'm just going to go back to where we are at screen so I can see what everybody looks like at this point, because I'm just been staring at a map for so long.
Start right back to the. No.
So
Gran looks angry right now.
Callie, you're searching for signs of Tawdry. Gigi, you're most likely just kind of scanning for maybe signs of her.
I'm putting out my bonfire, the bonfires that we started. Hoping we didn't disturb too many rays in that little.
So they're out, and Gran, you're also looking for signs of your family. So you guys spend probably another
my bonfire goes out.
Probably about 20 minutes or so. You guys finish up, and you know. You don't find traces of any of your families, and all the grave spots are all tended to, and you kind of move forward down that particular side passage that you guys seen. And as I'm sure at this point, you will Onyx will probably be in the lead again. I'm assuming, but.
Yeah, Gran just.
You're not sure, unless you guys. It is. Keep in mind, it is
unless
late.
Anybody else wants to. I don't want to.
It's later in the day. I mean, I don't know how everybody's doing right now, but it is later in the day. Like it did by the time you started the stairs and then got up the approachway of the stairs. It's it's not nighttime, but it's later. So if you wanted to set up camp here, you could. Or you can try and push forward just a little bit further.
Well, why don't we leave the decision up to Callie? Do you want to keep searching for your brother, or
She didn't find anything in the cave, right?
we haven't searched the entirety of it yet?
But I mean, like in this little area that we just been, nothing was there. Okay, I think she would keep looking just a little tiny bit. Just to make sure she didn't miss anything before going to sleep. because she's really like
Yeah,
she
yeah.
wants to find something.
So you want to spend a little bit more time in this first cave.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's her decision. So she wants to she spends a little bit more time going over each one of the burial spots, looking for any signs that one of them might be Trodry. There are some smaller humanoid bodies, but none
I'll
of them.
help her as much as I can.
Yeah, you don't see anything that jumps out as you that it might have been Todry's or signs from home or anything like that. You're not seeing that, and you're definitely not seeing any remnants of a war forged here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You guys gonna do a camp here now at this point? Is that the intent?
Yeah. So
And Grant's going to be just, wanting making sure that the campsite is secured before he starts heading off to bed, and given that Gigi offered to take the entire night shift once before, he's going to assume she's going to do the same thing again.
Yeah, she's gonna like plant herself like right in the middle so she could see the entrance end like right here to see both the way that we haven't checked yet and the entrance that goes out because she has sentry's rest. So she's
Nice.
basically
She does not have to sleep.
she doesn't have to sleep and she's like alert the whole night.
Exactly.
She's so-
Exactly. So everybody finds their spot within this entry cavern. As I said, you're pretty familiar yourself. Actually, I'm going to clear up a little bit more of the map at this point because I'm sure you'll probably be relaying to your colleagues a little bit more about what is lying ahead. Clear this up.
Meanwhile, Grant's going to just make sure to sleep away from the others. He's trying to keep his distance.
and Callie just trying to sleep where there's no corpses on the ground, so not a lot of space, I think.
Onyx is going to wait until everybody's passed out and then sit by the fire. Yeah. No, sit by the fire and just have a conversation with himself where he's seemingly talking to himself. He's clearly answering somebody's questions and he's saying things like,
Yes, they did not belong. What were they doing here? No, we don't know. But perhaps they were here for reasons, but we'll figure it out. Yes. Yes, I understand that you are looking for them as well. We shall find them, I promise.
Okay. So you have that conversation.
yeah, and then eventually pass out.
Yeah, and you fall asleep,
Yeah,
and with
Gigi's just paying attention to him talking to himself all night.
okay, so you guys everybody's on edge except for probably Onyx for the most part. I mean, obviously he is too a little bit in his own way, but
He's a little bit concerned.
Exactly.
The fact that there were shapes in here. It's weird. But
yeah, you get shadows and stuff in here. It's not a good sign when you got undead out. So so that's something that he's on. But everybody else, that as much as you know what this place is and is kind of generic as it is and is as well-meaning as everything about this place generally is, the fact that you are in a dark, gloomy cavern with burial mounds, like this is just the entry room and there's probably layers of dead beneath these, which Onyx, you would know this. Beneath these layers of snow, there may be more bodies down there, depending on how long. Beneath the rubble and so on. So it's been a long time. These caves are filled with hundreds of bodies. So just the thought of that is weighing in as each of you as the night, it gets darker and darker outside, and eventually it is just as dark outside as it is inside, and night finds its way to each of you, and you fall asleep. And with that, we are going to call an end to episode 2. So next week we are away. I believe, because 2 of them. Is it next week? Is Gary Con?
Yeah.
Next Sunday?
No, it's in 2
no,
weeks.
In 2
sorry,
weeks.
No, not this Sunday coming up, but the Sunday.
wait.
after
Okay,
that.
so we're back. We're
yes.
here
Oh.
next week.
Wait.
Yep.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
just
sure.
wanted to make
Yeah.
sure.
The
Yeah.
20th, so yes.
Yeah. Yeah, not this Sunday, but
I
the
wish it was
following
this
Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay, so
Yeah.
next week will be episode 3, Act 2, Scene 2. So you guys did not make it to the end of Act 2. So that's just something to keep in mind as we
Good to
kind
know.
of progress that
Going a little
forward.
slow.
We tried.
Don't let me
Prepare
roll
your
these
spells,
20s
my
and we
friend.
won't get caught in snowstorms, okay?
Yeah.
No, everything's good. You guys actually made pretty good time, surprisingly. With that in mind. But we are going to call it there for the night. So again, I want to take a moment to say thank you very, very much to everybody in chat for coming out and watching. And especially to new followers. Maya de Sagita, did I say that correctly? If not, I apologize, and I will try again some other time, I'm sure. Because I'm sure you're going to be back. But welcome, and hopefully you enjoyed the stream. So make sure you do, if you guys like what we're watching, like what you're watching, like what we're doing here at DeaconsTable, make sure you do like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends about it, invite your friends to come watch with you. It could be a lot of fun. Join our Discord community. Again, I am going to send out the link one more time for the Discord so that you can check that out. There is some merch available. There is more merch coming. I'm also going to send the link out for that. And, keep all that in mind as we move forward. So I'm going to go around the table. We're going to meet the players themselves, not just the characters, but we're going to find out who these players are that were performing such a wonderful job here of entertaining everybody and having some fun as we trek through the snow and ice. So let's start off again with Onyx.
I was Onyx. My name is Garrett. You can find me on Twitter at that D&D guy. On the Instagram. Jeez Louise, I'm old. On Instagram at that D&D guy as well.
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool.
You're killing me.
You can find me on the Twitter.
On the Twitter thing.
No one talked today.
The interwebs and stuff. Yeah. And Callie, who might you be?
I am Ines. You can find me mostly on Discord and also on Twitch on my personal channel, where I try to stream 2 to 3 times a week, including this D&D session. So yes, come say hi.
Yeah, go hang out with Ines in between. It'd be awesome. So, and then going up to Gigi.
I am Mercy. You guys can find me pretty much anywhere as Sakura 163. This is really the only show I do, but I lurk everywhere. So if you see me in chats, say hi.
Yeah, because she won't talk to you if you don't say hi first. No.
I really am like that. Like I break out of my shell during conventions. That's about it. But yeah,
But that's okay. We're all like that. We're all a bunch of misfits. That's why we're all together. And Gran.
Hi, I'm Jack. I was playing our lovely character Gran, and you can catch me on Twitter at BlackLanternAce, and you can catch me on the Discord as RuneScore DM. And that's about it. I've officially consolidated my name into the Discord, so I don't have to worry about that now.
Nice.
Excellent. And I'm Deacon Blues, a.k.a. Chris, with my real name. And I am the head of DeaconsTable. You can find me on all the socials that matter to me anyway, at DeaconsTable. Again, most of the time, though, best through Discord, send me a message and so on. Always working on something in the background. We are, as we did mention before, this particular campaign setting we're playing, Oyala Andor is an actual campaign setting being put out by DeaconsTable. that we are hoping will be completely system neutral by the time it's done. So you'll be able to kind of plug it in and play with 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, or play with 2nd edition Pathfinder, or any other fantasy role-playing game you choose to, whether, even index card RPG or easy D6 and so on. So there'll be, it's just, again, it's a setting. It's not really meant to be a complete rules replacement. So we do other streams, though, on here. We do Sunday nights, as you know. Monday night, so tomorrow night, starts our very first World of Warcraft stream, which will be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then on Tuesday and Wednesday, I will be streaming during the day at around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with my Relax Play Minecraft series. I'll also be doing that Friday as well. And then Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is our VCraft SMP Minecraft stream, where we follow the exploits of the entire SMP server and community that's based around it. So, and we have other things still in the works. So we're all excited about that. So until then, though, guys, again, it has been an absolute pleasure that you were able to join us, and make sure you're being excellent to one another. That's what Bill and Ted would say anyway. And if not, when you're out there playing the games, at least then, when you're playing the games, make sure you are playing it safe. And bye for now, guys. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.